Tapping in the dark, gonna find our spark. Blind tech magic, learn to love, embark. With Desiree Renae guiding us today. Feel the keys in play, let the tech light our way. Jargon in our head code, we got a thread. Smart and witty paths out of words unsaid. Screen reader sings, it's that new age bling. Oh, it's tech exploring, makes our spirits swing. Eyes closed, we're seeing, hearts beating and believing. Together we're achieving, no hurdles deceiving. Desiree's leading, all the knowledge we're feeding. Laughing while we're reading, this tech quest succeeding.
Hello everyone, welcome to Learning Blind Tech with Desiree Renae. That's me, Desiree Renae. Today's episode is about live language translation. And I'm going to cover using AirPods Pro with the Apple Translation app, as well as Meta glasses with the Meta AI app. There's some setup involved, and we'll kind of try to go through step by step so that you can clearly understand how to get it working. But this is not just a tech demo today. So this is about independence, in some cases safety, and what accessible technology can mean in real life. So we're going to start with a story. So relax a little, sit back in your chair. It's story time. Okay. Once upon a time, there was a 20-year-old named Desiree Renae, and that was me. At the time, Desiree Renae Daily. So Desiree decided to go to France one summer with a friend. She would be staying with the family and just embracing the culture for 4 weeks. She pretty much drained her credit card to get the plane ticket. And she got on the plane with her friends, went to France. Had a great time. It was fun. But then Desiree got a crazy idea. She decided that while she was this close, she shouldn't just see France. She should go somewhere else too. Now, Desiree happened to have some step family in Venice, Italy. And the train from where she was in France to Venice, Italy was only $75. And that was, probably now it's more than that, way more than that, because this was many years ago when I was 20. So she decides, hey, I'm going to take the train. I'm going to go, and this is going to be fun. Before she left, her friend's mom, who only spoke French, came into the room, took both of Desiree's hands in hers and said, "Don't go." And Desiree said, "What? Oh, come on. It's fine. They'll have help. It's fine." I had my friend translate that because I couldn't speak French. I had learned a little bit, but I hadn't even taken French yet in college. But I've always loved languages, and I had taken Italian and German already. So I thought, it's fine. They're going to have help at the trains. I have to change once, and then the family will be in Venice, and they'll show me parts of Venice. It'll be great fun. So Desiree goes and gets on the first train. It's pretty good, easy train ride. And then it was time to get off the train. So she steps off the train and stands and waits for the customer service person that was going to help her to the next train. All of a sudden, it started pouring rain. And Desiree was standing there with a huge suitcase. And don't ask me why I had to have so much stuff in my suitcase, but I did. It was a month, Huge suitcase. And my cane. No phone, because the only phone I had was like a brick cell phone, and it didn't roam from country to country. So I didn't have a cell phone. And I'm standing there and it's raining. And finally, the person comes up to me and starts talking to me very seriously in French.
Je suis désolée, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève. Il pourra vous prendre en charge à la frontière italienne. Un petit train sera mis à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer à destination de Venise.
Oh my, no parlez-vous français? And then the nice woman kind of walks away. She didn't hear that I was trying to say I didn't speak French. I didn't have any idea what she said. I kind of understood the word strike because I'd heard it before in the 2 or so weeks I'd been in France. There was a lot of strikes with the transportation and things over the summer. So I heard that word, but that was all. The rest of that was completely confusing. And I'm standing there and it's raining. And I think, I don't even know how to ask where the telephone is or the bathroom or anything. I'm just standing there. And it was probably about 20 minutes. And I'll be honest, I was scared. I was like, she was right. I shouldn't have done this. What the heck am I doing? And what am I going to do now? I'm by myself. I have no resources. I have my big suitcase, which I guess I had toiletries and clothes. That's it. And I had my credit card, which was almost maxed out from the travel. So, yeah. That was the age that we were in. If we traveled to another country, we didn't have any way of translating things. If we didn't know the language, we might know a few sentences that we picked up just to ask for general things. But when they talked to us, we had no idea what they were saying. So I'm standing there at the train, and I all of a sudden hear someone speaking Italian, which I had taken a little bit of in college, a semester. So I kind of understood a little, and I decided to walk over to them because I'm like, I don't know what else to do, and at least I can kind of understand better in Italian. So they spoke in broken Italian to me because I told them I didn't really speak fluently. And then another person came up that spoke German. And I'm like, okay, good. I know that one too. I took that in high school. Okay, we're good. So it all worked out. I got on the train, boarded the other one to Italy, rode overnight and got to Venice and met up with my step family and had a good time in Italy, actually. I saw a lot of things, went to some beaches and rode a gondola and got attacked by birds. It was great fun. I had a lot of fun. I'm glad I did it. But when I came home, I thought, I survived that. That is nuts. I was crazy. I don't even know that I would do it now. Maybe I would. But I would probably do it now more likely because of technology. Because I can actually set things up to translate for me. And I'm able to kind of get some way of saying basic things like, where's the restroom? Or can you show me to the restroom? Or I'm blind, can you help me find? Or whatever. So technology is great for that independence. So now what I want to do is show you how to set up the translation first in the iPhone and the Apple Translate app. And then we'll replay that audio and we'll see if it can translate it. Now I'm going to have it translating it in my Earpods because that's how I would use it in real time. And then we'll do the same thing with Meta glasses. We'll set up in the Meta app how to do the translation, and then you can just tell Meta to start live translation, and it will listen and it will translate the phrases to me. So that's where we're headed today. Hope you liked my story. It did have a happy ending, but it could have been a lot more smooth and probably more pleasant and less scary had I had access to this technology. So let's get started. All right, so what you need is you need an iPhone. And you need one that will run iOS 26. You also need the AirPods Pro, and I believe they're the newest generation of AirPods Pro. So with the AirPods Pro and the iPhone, then you need to make sure you have the translation app installed, and that's from the Apple Store. Typically it's installed by default, but if not, you can go to the App Store and search for Translate app. So it's called Translate, not translation. First, we're going to open the Translate app from my home screen. So I'm going to tell Siri to open it. Okay. Open Translate.
Translate. French. Button. Pop-up button.
Okay, so I was playing with this earlier with different things. And so I have it on the language I want. But if you want to change it, you can go from the top down. So at the top is
Favorites. Button.
and then swipe right.
More. Button. Translate. Heading. French. Button. Pop-up
Okay,
button.
now it's a pop-up, so I can double tap on it.
Translate. English US. Button.
Okay, so I can translate into English if I want to,
Arabic. Button.
or Arabic.
Chinese Mandarin. Chinese Mandarin. Dutch. Button. English UK. Dimmed.
And these
button.
are all alphabetical.
Selected. French. Button.
I have French selected now, but there's a ton more languages here. I'm going to go ahead and double tap on that since that's what we're doing today.
Selected. Dismiss context menu. Button. French. Button.
There
Pop-up
we
button.
go. Got French selected.
Says water text.
Okay, that means insert some text. So if I wanted to, I could type in some text in French and see what happens.
Text field. Speech translation. French. Button. Swap languages. Button.
Now I can swap languages. So if I want to actually talk to someone, I could swap it, say what I want to say in English, and have it tell me how to say it in French. Now in real time, that's a little bit hard because you have to be able to hear it and be able to repeat back what it said in the accent and all of that stuff so the person can understand you. So that might be a little more challenging. You might just have a few phrases that you know so that people are aware that you understood, and or if you need help finding something or getting somewhere.
English US. Button. Pop. Speech translation. English US. Button. Tab bar. Selected. Translate.
Okay,
tab.
now here
1
are
of 4.
some tabs. So I've got translate.
Camera. Tab. 2 of 4.
I've got camera, so I can take a picture of something with text and it can translate it.
Conversation. Tab. 3 of 4.
Or I can do conversation. Now, if I double tap on conversation,
So close. Button. Tap to speak. Heading. Or touch and hold to switch to a different microphone. Conversation. Heading.
okay, so now I'm in the conversation.
More. Button. French. Button. Pop-up. Says water text. Text field. English US. Enter text. Text field. Listen. Button. Pop-up button.
And I can press the listen button now. So if I press listen here and I replay the woman talking to me in French, let's see if it can translate that. Now, the important thing is whether you're wearing your Airpods or using your phone, the microphone it's listening from is your phone's. So you'll want to make sure that that microphone is close to the source or between you and the person that's talking to you. So I'm going to put my phone here and I'm going to replay the French.
Je suis désolé, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève. Il pourra vous prendre en charge à la frontière italienne. Un petit train sera mis à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer à destination de Venise.
Okay, so now it's stopped listening.
More. Button. Conversation. Heading. More. Je suis désolé, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève pour vous prendre en charge la frontière italienne. Un petit train sera mis à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer. Destination de Venise.
Okay, so that is what it heard when it heard that phrase, and it put it in text form. So if you could see it or you wanted to show the person, like this is what it says you're saying, they can verify, okay, yeah, that looks right. And then if you swipe right,
Play it 1 times. Button.
you can play it.
I'm sorry, miss, but the train you are waiting for is currently on strike. To take care of the Italian border, a small train will be made available to you to take you to the place where you can board for Venice.
Okay, so look at that. It translated it when I hit the play button. Now if I swipe right again,
I'm sorry, miss, but the train you are waiting for is currently on strike. To take care of the Italian border, a small train will be made available to you to take you to the place where you can board for Venice.
it now has the phrase in English that was translated from France. And that's exactly the phrase that I put in there to have it say. So it worked really well to translate. Now, if I put my earpods in and I listen to the same phrase, what I would need to do is now that I've activated conversation mode in Translate, in the Translate app, I can squeeze both stems of the AirPods at the same time, and it will automatically go into listening mode. And from there, it will, because you've already set in your settings in your conversation mode, which language you're going to be listening to, it will start listening for French. So I'm going to try that now. I'm going to put my AirPods in and see if it can hear it and translate it.
Je suis désolé, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève. Il pourra vous prendre en charge à la frontière italienne. Un petit train sera mis à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer à destination de Venise.
Okay, now you couldn't hear this because it was coming through my earpods. But what was happening was, as she was talking, I was getting translation in English right in my ears. So it was basically saying, "I'm sorry, miss," and then it would wait until it heard some more. And then it would say, "But the train you are boarding is on strike." And it went through the whole thing. So that was really nice because I could hear it. I didn't have to necessarily do anything with my phone once I had activated listening mode. So now I want to take you through the more settings here because this is where you would tell it how the conversation is going to go too. So if I go to the top of my screen,
Favorites. Button. List. More. Button.
and I double tap on more,
More. Transl. Translat. Chat. Show grammatical gender. French. Sasis as fodder text. English US. Enter text. Translate. Tab. Camera. Tab. French. Chat. Show. Translat. Languages.
so at the very top is languages,
French.
and it's got French, so I can double tap here.
French.
So there's my language. So I have it selected as French. If I go back to more,
Languages. Button. Settings. Button.
there's a settings button here. So I can double tap
button.
here.
Close. Button. Languages. Heading. Close. Button. Both input and output languages must be downloaded to enable offline translation. English US. Button.
Okay, so if you want to enable offline translation, which basically means you don't have to depend on there being a cell signal, it'll be on-device translation, you can download them. So you swipe right here.
Available offline. English US. Button. French. Button. Spanish Spain. Button. Download languages to translate when offline. You can choose to always translate offline in settings. Language is available for download. Arabic. Button.
And then there's more languages here.
Chinese Mandarin. Chinese Mandarin. Dutch. English UK. German. Hindi. Button. German.
Let's
Button.
try German.
German.
I should have it on there, and Italian too, probably.
Hindi. Button.
So I want to try to learn how to say something in German. So I'm going to swipe right.
Text in German. Text field.
So this is the German spot. So if I want to translate from German to English, I would enter some text here, or
Speech translation. German. Button.
I could listen. So somebody could talk in German and I could hit the speech translation and do that.
Swap languages. Button. English US. Button. Speech translation. English US. Button.
Now, if I want to translate this phrase into German, I'm going to double tap on the speech translation button. Where can I find the restrooms?
Play it 1 times. Button. Where can I find the restrooms?
Okay,
Actions available.
so
English US. Actions available.
now under English US, I have the text that I just spoke into it.
Where can I find the restrooms?
Okay.
Actions available. Play it 1 times.
I
Button.
can play it
Actions
if I
available.
want to, or I can keep swiping right.
German. Wo findet die Toiletten? Actions available.
Oh, so it's got it written out in text for me.
Play it 1 times. Button.
Let's
Actions
play it.
available.
Wo finde ich die Toiletten?
Wo finde ich die Toiletten? Okay. It would help to have the earpods on at that point so that you can hear it, especially if you're in like a crowded environment. But that's with messing around with the Translate app. I really found the live translation, it's really good. You don't have to download the beta software of the iOS to have this live translate option. Now, in a place like I was, and we're speaking French, but now somebody's speaking Italian, somebody's speaking German. I would have to obviously add different languages. It gives you some confidence that you can at least get around and ask where the telephone is, or what's around you, or how long are we waiting, any of that you would normally when you travel. Now, let's look at it with the Meta app. I've put my glasses on, and I do apologize ahead of time because you're going to have to listen to them through my glasses. I still haven't figured out a really good, easy way to get the audio onto my mixer without having microphones in my head and in my ears and everything else. And we're just going to be very brief here. So I'm going to go ahead and open the Meta AI app. My voiceover is coming through the glasses as well. So
Hey Desiree, how's your night?
it's what first comes up when I open it.
Hey, how's your night? Create a video for my photo. Button. Screen. Create a video of me in screen 7. Button.
I need to get into the devices menu.
Menu. Button.
I'm going to double tap there.
Menu. Search. Text field.
And then I have a search field, and I'm going to keep swiping right until I get to devices.
Compose. Button. New chat. Button. Vibes. Button. Chat. Button. Devices. Add. Button. Skylar
Okay,
000.
there's my device.
Conversation focus. Button. Translate. Button.
Okay, so now I've got some buttons here. I've got conversation focus, just makes it louder in your glasses so you can actually hear people talking a little bit more amplified. But if I'm going to go into translate here, double tap.
Menu. Close. Close. Button. Live translation. Skylar 000. Clock. History. Button. For the best results, face the person who is talking.
Okay.
They speak Spanish.
Now there's they speak. So I'm going to change this to French. So I'm going to double tap.
They speak. Sheet grabber. Double tap to dismiss. They speak. Select the language other people speak that will English. Oh. Switch button. French. Oh. Switch button. Off.
Okay, French is off. So now I'm going to switch it on with a double tap.
New languages selected. Languages will be downloaded to your glasses, so you can use live translation without an clock history.
Now I can tell Meta to translate.
Hey French.
So they speak French.
Button. Repeat. Infinity English. Button.
I speak English.
Start. Button.
Now I can press start.
Start.
Starting translation from French to English.
Je suis désolée, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève. Il pourra
I'm
vous
sorry.
prendre en charge
Yes.
à la frontière italienne. Il sera à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer à destination de Venise.
But the train you've been waiting for is currently on a strike. Can take care of you at the Italian border. A small train will be available to you to take you to the place where you can board your destination. Venice.
Okay, I don't know if you heard that, but it did try to speak. Hey Meta, stop translation.
Stop.
The only thing with the Metas is, to me, it's loud. I mean, you can hear it. I have it on my head. You can hear it in the microphone, with the voice. So they would be able to hear that. Whereas with the AirPods, it's quieter and more in-ear. Now, I will say that if you do this with your AirPods, you want to try to remain in transparency mode so that you can still hear what's around you. Otherwise, it can get really confusing. And on the other hand, if you have noise canceling and you're in a really crowded area, it might actually work better as well. Let me just try something. I'm going to close the Meta app here. I'm going to lock my phone. Hey Meta, start live translation.
Starting live translation from French to English.
Je suis désolée, mademoiselle, mais le train que vous attendez est actuellement en grève. Il pourra
I'm
vous
sorry.
prendre en charge
Yes.
à la frontière italienne. Un petit train sera mis à votre disposition pour vous conduire à l'endroit où vous pourrez embarquer à destination Venise.
But the train you've been waiting for is currently on a strike. To add support to the other small train will be made available to you to take you to the place where you can board your destination of Venice.
Okay, so I think they both have really great features. I like the Translate app in Apple because it shows you the text too. So if I know how to read the language, sadly, I kind of do. I had to take all those languages in college, as well as a class called Diction, which taught me how to kind of read it, even if I didn't fully understand it. But I mean, these would have been like an opera in Italian, and it's subtitled and I can't read it. I could turn that on and I could probably understand a lot of what was happening. Sometimes it's slower, sometimes it doesn't get every word perfect, but it gives you the idea. So that's my demonstration of 2 different options. I encourage you to play with it. It does take some patience, but once you do and you have the languages you want, then it's really easy to select those in the apps. And then you can literally squeeze the Airpods or talk to the glasses or even talk to Siri. Now, of course, there is a way to ask what to say. I can say, "Hey Meta, how do you say where are the restrooms in French?"
That's où sont les toilettes, period.
Où sont toilettes? Okay, I like that you can do that with Siri and with Alexa. Pretty handy stuff. And, eventually we'll get into the world of universal translation devices that we can literally just put on and understand each other no matter what language we're speaking. That's kind of how I feel like music is. It's a universal language. Anyway, with that, I'm going to end this episode of Learning Blind Tech. I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for joining us today, and we'll talk to you in 2 weeks.
Where to even begin? Gadgets in our clutches, brilliant and pristine. Learning blind tech, love what a wondrous scene. Eyes closed, we're seeing, hearts beating and believing. Together we're achieving, no hurdles deceiving. Desiree's leading, all the knowledge we're feeding. Laughing while we're reading this tech quest, succeeding.